In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use that HVAC squirrel cage to make a useful shop fan and or air mover, this time on Challenge to Build. What I'm going to do today is we're going to turn this into a useful air mover slash shop fan at a fraction of the cost it would be for you guys to go out and buy one. This is a 1/4 horsepower version. They come in many different shapes, sizes, and horsepower ratings, depending on what units you get. But this is the one that I chose to build today. So using mostly parts that I had around the garage. This is 1.25" angle that we're going to use for the feet. I did have to buy an extension cord for the plug. This was $11, and I bought some PVC pipe for the extension cord holder plus a handle. So all grand total, I have $20 invested in this shop fan. And considering that the retail cost of one of these is right around $100 for a cheap one, all the way up to like a Dayton at like $350 to $400. So at $20 and a lot of recycled parts and pieces, I feel as though I'm doing pretty good. So I'm going to go through the steps of how I built it. So the first step was to cut the feet for the unit to sit on. I used 1.25" angle, cut to 14 inches. Radius the corners and all the edges, round everything smooth so that way we be a little bit safer. The next step was to drill the holes for the screws to go in to mount it to the side of the unit. Now what you're seeing me do here is I have a piece of 14 gauge sheet metal that I'm going to use as a damper. And this is me rolling the edge over so that way I can slide the damper up and down inside the unit. Alright, so next what I did was I had a piece of 1/2 inch rubber sheet laying around for different body mounts I had made throughout the year. So what you see me doing here is taking a 1-inch hole saw and drilling out 4 little rubber feet for the unit to sit on. And now I'm drilling the 1/4 inch holes in the bottom of the angle so that way I can attach the feet to the base plate. I'm using 1/4-20 tapered machine screws, 1/4-20 nuts. I tighten everything down and then cut the excess bolt off of the nut. Now it's time for the installation of the feet. I'm using 5/16 sheeter screws to screw them to the sheet metal themselves. I used a total of 4 on each side. And here I put the 14 gauge damper in the track that I bent over earlier. It slides up and down this way here. I can adjust the airflow for a little bit or a lot. And 2 thumbs up for job well done. So this is the unit that's all put together. The 1.25" angle with the little rubber feet and the 4 sheeter screws on either side, and the damper for adjustment of the airflow. These particular style of fans work under compression, so if this was all the way up, that would be considered low because there's no resistance in here, and the tighter that you make that gap, the more airflow that you will get out of these. Because this is more or less like a turbo. It sucks in the air, compresses it, and then shoots it out of the fan. And once we get it wired and running, I'll give you a demonstration of the low and high setting, and you'll hear the difference in the fan motor as it winds up and compresses the air for the high-low setting. As far as wiring it, these are designed with a high, medium, low internally wired in. I believe the red is a low, the blue is the medium, and then Obviously the white is the neutral, the black is for the high. So what we're going to do is we're going to wire this for the high setting using the black and white. We'll wrap these up, wire tie them, cap them, and tape everything up. So this way here at a later date, if I wanted to do something with them, they're still there. You can also mount a electrical box with like a high-low switch and wire the black and white to a switch, so that way all you have to do is plug it in and flick a switch. But we're going to just go directly for an extension cord, just for the cost of it and the ease of it. And then because the way I have designed mine with the high-low damper, it gives me the adjustment that I need for the airflow. Here's the completed build. You saw in the video, I took an Adele clamp, I Adele clamped it here, tightened up all the wires. This here is a capacitor to help the motor start, so I left it wired up. It functions just the way it is, so I figured why bother taking it off. So everything is wired, loomed, taped up nice and tight. I left the red and blue wires there just in case later on down the road I felt like doing something with them, I could. So everything's wired, zip tied, and I put a handle on.
Perfect.
And I put a PVC hack extension cord holder on to hold the extension cord as far as wrapping it up. So we are ready for our test run. We'll set it up on the ground. I'll plug it in. So as you can hear, it is working. Right now with the damper being all the way up, it's considered on the low setting. And as soon as I press down on it, you can hear it ramp up to a higher speed.
So in this scene I was trying to show you how powerful the fan was, and the effect that I was going for just didn't work out the way I had hoped. As you can see, it blew the camera over. Take two, try it again, and it just didn't work out the way I wanted it to, but I figured I'd leave it in because I thought it was kind of funny.
Right now we're on the low setting. And now the high setting. So that wraps up this build. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I did building it. I wanted to show you guys how to repurpose an HVAC squirrel cage to make either a shop fan and or an air mover using regular hand tools that most people would have in their garage. It works really, really well. It's really, really quiet. and it was really cheap to make. In that last little video clip, my forward-facing camera broke on my phone, so I guess that's one of the downsides to filming with your phone in such a possibly abusive environment in the garage. But I'll figure out how to get around that in the next video. In the meantime, I want you guys to challenge to build. My name is Michael. I'll see you in the next video.